Hi all, this is Once and Future Gamer and welcome to another Pokemon challenge. Last time we had a Gen 2 challenge as I sought to see if I could beat Pokemon Crystal with just a single Hoppip. Definitely not pleasant, check it out. Today though, we head to Hoenn, 2 Gen 3, and we answer the question of if I can beat Pokemon Emerald using only HM moves. This is a sister challenge to one I did earlier in the year when I did the same challenge but in Crystal, so here we have 8 HMs to work with. Not that we will be getting all of them anytime soon. We have 3 normal moves, a flying move, a fighting move and 3 water moves, so not much variety. Team composition is going to be important for sure. This challenge was suggested by Patreon Jason Cabanuk, as was the Crystal one back in the day. As always, if you have any ideas for future challenges, head to the comment section down below or follow the links in the description to my Twitter or my Discord. Thanks for watching folks. As always, if you do enjoy what you see, then like, subscribe and ring that bell. The rules are on the screen throughout. Let's get this on. Not entirely a need for the universal Pokemon randomizer, but I do tweak it anyway, just for a few quality of life improvements. Oh, and to enable impossible evolutions. I'm not saying I won't use a trade evolution somewhere, but I'm not saying that I won't not use a trade evolution somewhere. I don't change out the starters, I take the Mudkip and move on. Now, this does make the opening bit of the game harder because the run officially begins once we get the first HM, which is just before the first gym. And the first HM is Cut, and we've got a rock gym ahead, so you may see the issues we have ahead. I sure do. And just to add insult to injury, Mudkip can't learn Cut, nor can its evolutions. The other 2 starters can, but this one cannot. So, that means I have to do something drastic for Roxanne. Good thing I can catch stuff on this run, huh? We pick up the HM for Cut in Rustboro City, and then I head back to get training. You've probably seen every Emerald run I catch a Zigzagoon Brigade and use them for pickup, but here they get to take the stage. 6 Zigzagoon. I'm going to teach each of them Cut, level them up, and then I'm going to take on Roxanne. This is possibly either a genius idea or a terrible one, but it's kinda plan A, plan B and plan C right now. We'll have to see. I will need a different strategy for the fighting gym because using normal types probably isn't going to go down entirely well there. At least by the time we get to the electric gym, we should be able to get something that can utilise Rock Smash effectively. I do acquire a Shroomish since Breloom can learn 4 HMs, but since Shroomish doesn't get cut, we're either switch training it until evolution or we get an HM it can learn. Or the easy alternative might be to wait until we get the experience share. I train for a while before going after Roxanne, training to the point that I do have 4 Zigzagoon, all at least level 16, and even a fully evolved Linoon. This gives me new appreciation for the fishermen who use 6 Magikarp. Hey, this is the best plan I could come up with, but I can already tell it is going to suck. First Geodude, we begin to spam Cut and we get hit with some Rock Tombs as one of our level 16 Zigzagoon work away on it, but it isn't long before we do go down. We did take off about half of its health though. The second level 16 Zigzagoon comes in, and although we drop the Geodude down to about a third of its health, we do soon go down too, as we get hit with Rock Tomb and Rock Throw attacks. Worse, but not by much. Roxanne does use a potion on it sooner rather than later. After our third Zigzagoon, a level 17 one drops it into healing range. The defense curls don't help, and since we can't change our stats, that makes it a problem. But it is a very long process before we bring it down. Time for the second Geodude then. Strategy repeated, and when Zigzagoon 3 falls, Zigzagoon 4 has to come in and fight the Geodude. But again, the cut attacks aren't doing a whole lot. Several of them land, but the Geodude hurts us a lot more than we hurt her, and it isn't long before Zigzagoon 4 goes down. Enter Linoon, who cuts Geodude for decent damage. Roxanne heals, and then we start wearing it down again. We get a crit, and another cut takes it out with us unscathed. Linoon then fights Nosepass, and our cuts actually do decent damage. We start trading blows, cuts versus Rock Tombs. The hardens it goes for are a bit annoying, but eventually we do manage to hack into its health, and soon we can bring it down for the count. We rescue Pico from the Team Aquafug, and I'm thinking I might miss out the fighting gym for the moment, and instead, once I can, head to Slateport to deliver the Devon goods. The sooner I can get the experience share, the better, and so this is another brick in the road. I need to be able to start developing my team as soon as possible. I have a few ideas for Watson for sure. We have a May fight before we leave Rustboro, and I don't think this will be too bad. I begin with a Zigzagoon, and we immediately get confused and wing attacked by Wingull. But although we do get hurt quite badly in the process, our cuts can do a lot of damage to it, and it's a small thing to bring it down. We fight Trico next, and there is a speed tie. We land 2 cuts, but 2 absorbs take us down, prompting the need for another Zigzagoon, and 2 more cuts bring the Trico down for the count. While I am in Granite Cave, I do acquire a Geodude and a Makuhita. I think I'll use the former, possibly not the latter, but it's nice to keep my options open. I have had some truly awful experience using Makuhita in Pokemon challenges. Both Gem free to be fair. Fire Red with Makuhita is one of the worst experiences of my life, and Emerald with Machop and Makuhita was made slightly better by the presence of Machop doing most of the heavy lifting. Wandering through Slateport to find Captain Stern, I find myself thinking about the obstacles. Come a certain point, the fighting gym will not be a problem. Just didn't really fancy going through it with normal types and only an inaccurate move. I have some plans for Watson, and we might be okay versus Flannery, but I wish we could get Surf before we fight her. But no dice. We get the experience share from President Stone, and now it's time for us to really start building a team. Time to start training my Shroomish, Mudkip and Geodude to really give us advantages. This is something that needs to be done. We need some power behind us ahead of the game. It isn't long before my Mudkip evolves into Marsh Stomp and my Shroomish evolves into Breloom. On the subject of Breloom, I decide to use that new evolution in the May fight, since upon evolving it can now learn Cut and we can use it offensively. We will get Stab off Rock Smash as well for the upcoming bit of the game. She begins with Wingull, and that's worrying. We get hit with a wing attack, but Effect Spore paralyses it. We drop it, we cut before facing Slugma. Not a problem either, we strike it with Cut and bring it down, thankfully not getting burned. Last is Grovyle, we strike 2 cuts to bring it down, despite getting hit with 2 quick attacks for minimal damage. In Morville City, I pick up the Rock Smash HM and teach it to my team. This will be useful for the gym battle. I also took the Acro Bike from Rydell, just in case you were thinking of asking. Actually, ask anyway. I go back and fight Brawly before too much time passes, unleashing my Breloom on him. A fighting type that probably wouldn't have been unreasonable for him to use in this battle. We cut the Machop, it survives and goes for Seismic Toss before we crit the next cut to bring it down. Meditite doesn't survive being cut either, and we can take it out in one hit. Before, the last Pokemon is Makuhita. We do massive damage with cut, it bulks up and eats the berry before surviving another cut and bulking up again. We keep on cutting away though, and soon it is just about enough to bring it down to give us the second badge. It's not long ahead before my Geodude evolves into Graveler. And with that, I think we might be ready for the Electric Gym and the fight with Watson. I've got 3 Pokemon with electric resistance or immunity, and I hope I've got enough to overcome him. Magneton might still be rough, but hopefully we can get some defense drops in with Rock Smash. Anyway, I decide to begin with Linoon versus Watson, since it has served me well so far. Versus Voltorb, we hit a cut, which puts it on red health, and then we get tagged with Shockwave, but at least we get him to waste a super potion, and 2 more cuts bring it down. Another cut then is enough to end Electrike, and we then have to start smashing Magneton with Rock Smash. But we do get paralysed pretty quickly and some damage is inflicted. We do have a level lead though and can brush the shockwaves off. What is also pretty handy is the flurry of defence drops we get on Magneton, and even though Watson heals it, I feel like he is delaying the inevitable as our crippled Linoon keeps beating it with Rock Smash attacks. We lose about a third of our health, but we do eventually bring it down. We land a cut on Manectric, but we go down to Shockwave and Quick Attack, though we do get it to burn its berry. When Linoon goes down, I bring my Graveler in and we start pounding Rock Smash attacks again. It only goes for quick attacks, and although we do get paralysed by static, it's a case of when we take the victory, not if we will at this point, and soon we bring it down. I get the HM for strength from the Rust Earth Tunnel, and this is a game changer since it's a low-key underrated HM move. I personally love Surf, but Strength also not bad. There are worse HM moves out there for sure, Cut and Rock Smash for starters. I'd probably say Strength is better than Fly. I mean, the problem with Strength is there is better normal type moves. What Surf has is that there are very few, if any, moves that are better than Surf for water types. There's probably an argument to be had there, but I stand by my opinion. Anyway, I travel around a bit. Next major fight is going to be the Mount Chimney Maxi fight, and then we will have two gyms which could be problematic. The Fire Gym, which we won't get any super effective moves for, and then the normal gym, which has potential to always be problematic. On the subject of that Maxi fight then, we make our way towards him, and I'm ready to face off with him as best as can be, I guess. This is sometimes a tricky fight in these challenges, so we will have to see how it plays out. I begin with Breloom and we hit my Tiina with a couple of Rock Smashers, but we also get hit with Sand Attack and a few bites. Although we do take some damage, we can hurt Max's Pokemon enough for him to heal, and we soon do bring the Dark Doggo down. Camerupt is next. We hit a pair of Strengths, but we missed one in between them, which would have brought it down, and the fire attacks from the Camerupt is enough to bring us quickly down. So I go for Marsh Stomp and lower its defence with Rock Smash before taking it out with Strength and another Rock Smash. Zubat is last, and a single Strength takes it down for the count. It is the Fire Gym next, and this could go either way. We do have some team members that resist fire, but we don't have anything super great to hit them with, so we will have to see. If only we got Surf 2 gyms earlier. Oh well, we don't, so we'll have to make the best of it. I go with Graveler versus Numel. We get hit with Magnitude for decent damage, but we take it out with 2 Strengths. Slugma is a free hit with Strength thanks to Flannery using a Hyper Potion. She only goes to Sunny Day otherwise, which might be an issue if we get hit with an Overheat, but let's not worry about that just yet. Camerupt is third. We land Strength, but an Overheat downs us from about 3/4 of the health mark to quickly take us out. For reasons unknown, I send a Breloom in. Camerupt survives Strength and then takes us out with Overheat. Flannery uses a Hyper Potion as Linoon comes in, and although we get hit with a Tackle, a rapid fire combo of Cut, Strength and then Cut again takes the Camerupt out. That's good, it means she shouldn't have any potions left for Torkoal. We hit Torkoal with 2 Strengths while she sets up Sunny Day. We drop her below half, and then she one-hits us from nearly full health with Overheat. Marsh Stomp is all I have left, and although we put Torkoal on red health with 2 Strengths, we get hit with Body Slam and Attract. We lose a turn to Attraction, get hit with another Body Slam, but thankfully no paralysis, and then we fight through to take Torkoal out with another Strength. Whew! The normal gym could go either way. Sure, we do have a super effective move on normal types, but it's also 20 base power, and unless it's Breloom, Rock Smash is not going to be fantastic. On the subject of Breloom, I begin the fight with my Mushroom Kangaroo and we face Spinder. We do about 2/3 of its health with Rock Smash and get blasted with Psybeam in exchange, which thankfully doesn't do a lot of damage, and then we take it out with a second Rock Smash. Vigoroth outspeeds us, we get hit with Facade and Slash, but 2 Rock Smashes put it on red health. Norman heals it, we get a defense drop with our Rock Smash before Facade brings Breloom down. Graveler comes in, we get hit with 2 feint attacks for just under half our health, but Strength and Rock Smash bring it down for the count, putting us into the fight with Slacking, who hits feint attack to put us on red health. We hit 2 quickfire Rock Smash attacks, getting a defense drop from one of them before Facade brings Graveler down. Linoon comes in to hit more Rock Smashers, hoping for more defense drops. We do get clipped with a counter attack for decent damage, before, with Slacking on a quarter of its health, it hits Facade and brings Linoon down. Marsh Stomp comes in and we immediately revenge kill Slacking with Strength to leave just Norman's Linoon left. It goes to Belly Drum, survives Strength, and then Norman heals it, which is very unsettling. Linoon then hits a Facade and one hits Marsh Stomp for a knockout. Well damn, I thought that was going too well. I make a second attempt straight away, and this time I make the choice to begin with Graveler versus Spinder. We land a Rock Smash but get hit with Psybeam and Teeter Dance, hitting ourselves in confusion a lot. But eventually, very eventually, we manage to bring Spinder down with some more Rock Smash attack, though we have lost 3/4 of our health. Slacking is out second this time, and we immediately get ended by feint attack. I send in Marsh Stomp and we hit 4 Rock Smash attacks before getting a defense drop. I know one of them does about 15 points of damage thanks to a counter we get tagged with. We get another defense drop, we get hit with another counter, and finally we get ended by a Facade, which not ideal. Breloom comes in and we start lamping Slacking with Rock Smash attacks, getting 2 more defense drops despite Norman trying to save it with a Hyper Potion, and we bring it down unscathed. Vigoroth is next, we get hit with 2 Slash attacks to put us under the half health mark, but we take it out with 2 Rock Smashers thanks to another defense drop after the first one. Last is Linoon. We do get a defense drop with Rock Smash, but are knocked out by Headbutt and Slash. My own Linoon comes in and ends Norman's Linoon with a Strength for the 5th badge. On the way to the next gym, I added another team member to my team and captured a Tropius, which seems like a handy addition as it can learn quite a few HMs, including Fly, so that's handy. I keep heading towards the next area and fight through the Weather Institute. At this point, I might be tempted to talk about what's going on with the channel. You might have noticed no trivia in this video. I don't think there's been any new HM information since I did all the HM trivia it felt like existed when I did the Crystal with HM video, so I haven't all gone in on repeating myself here. I mean, HMs technically don't exist anymore, the moves still do, but yeah, so that's that. I don't know what will happen by the time this is uploaded. At the time of writing, I was still in my semi-break. I hadn't recorded the Crystal with Hoppit audio a long time after I finished recording the challenge. I have been recording some playthroughs of Pokemon, Fire Red with a normal type team and Heart Gold with a ground type team. I'd done sort of a semi-script, sort of, but not worked on any of the editing or uploading part. All that had been uploaded was a bunch of stuff I did a while back, mainly Resident Evil 6 and some TCG stuff. I did start recording a playthrough of Simpsons Hit and Run, but only started. Guess I need to shake this funk off, and if you are hearing this, then I did, I guess. I mentioned what had been going off during the Hoppit video. Sometimes you just need to take a break. And I will point out, at the time of recording this audio, I had actually put the Hoppit challenge up as a premiere ready to go a couple of days later, so that was finished by the time of recording this, so that is nice. Next challenge, when I get around to it, is intended to be a Fire Red run, and I am going to see if I can beat that with just a single Rattata. At the time of writing this challenge itself was nearly a month late to when it should have come out. I still hadn't recorded the audio for the Hoppit video, so I don't know, just tired I guess, but I'm reading the script and freewheeling at the same time. Anyway, we have a May fight next, and well, we have Graveler versus Slugma to begin. Now, if we had rock or ground moves, this wouldn't be an issue, but instead, we've got to use strength and rock smash to take it out. While it only goes for harden, but not ideal, but at least we do take the win. Lombre is next, and we barely hurt it with strength. We take a lot of damage from absorb, so I switch into Tropius and we soon down it with our attacks, our strength coming to the fore. Grovyle is last. We start hitting it with our strength attacks, and I don't think it really can hurt us, so this is pretty much a good thing all around, and we can soon take the victory. The next real major fight is the Winona one, and so, having trained up and fought my way to her, I prep to battle. 2 grass types make this tricky, but we've got to do what we've got to do without holding back. I don't know what the 6th member of my team is going to be either at this point. I have an idea, but nothing concrete. I evolved both Graveler and Marsh Stomp before this fight into their final forms. We don't have any super effective moves. Altaria and Skarmory might be problematic, but let's do this. Anyway, the battle with Winona. I begin with Linoon and we use strength on Swablu to hurt it real bad, but she goes for a mirror move and hits us back. We try to finish her with cut, but she drops a heal. Our cut does over half though, and another cut takes Swablu out. Tropius is next. We hit a strength on it for about a third, and then it starts to charge up Solar Beam. I switch into my own Tropius to tank the blow, and then we hit a strength while the other Tropius goes for Synthesis. We do massive damage with Fly, but the other Tropius lands an Aerial Ace for big damage before we fly again, and she uses Synthesis again to heal the wounds. Another Aerial Ace puts us on red health, but another Fly takes her Tropius out. So, we've got 2 knockouts and a mostly intact squad. My own Tropius aside, who got a beating. Pelipper outspeeds Tropius and lands Aerial Ace to take it down. So, I go for Linoon again, and despite being Protect stalled and hit with Supersonic, we do land a strength attack for over half its health. We fight through Confusion and hit another strength to take it out. We hit ourselves in Confusion versus Skarmory and get tagged with Steel Wing. I swap into Swampert, who can tank the Steel Wing attacks. We do get hit with Aerial Ace and some Sand attacks, but I keep pounding into it with Rock Smash attacks, hoping for the defense drops, because fighting this thing with its defenses at full strength is not going to be pleasant, given the amount of physical attacks we are forced to work with. Eventually, we wear it down to the point where she heals Skarmory. We do land some more Rock Smashers, we do land some more defense drops, but eventually we do get worn down and taken out by repeated attacks. Breloom comes in and revenge kills Skarmory with Rock Smash straight away, and then hits Altaria with strength for pretty good damage, but we are then one-shot with Aerial Ace. Not surprising really. Linoon comes back in, and despite Altaria trying to save itself with a berry, we can 2-hit that with strength, and it only goes for Dragon Dance as a counter attack. 6 badges down! Moving on towards the next bit of the game then, we have the rival fight in Lily Cove City, and I am pretty up for this. Linoon versus Tropius is the first battle. We start spamming strength while Tropius only goes for Sweet Scent. The second strength is enough to bring it down thanks to a crit. Pelipper is second, and of course Protect comes as it blocks our strength. Twice in a row. I don't hate Pelipper, I just get annoyed by what it does. Strength does less than half. We get confused by Supersonic and hit ourselves a bunch of times in confusion before we can land the killing blow, as well as being smashed about with wing attacks. With Linoon on red health, we shake Confusion off, land a cut and take it down. We take Slugma down with Surf for a quick knockout, and Grovyle is last. We deal it a mighty blow with strength to put it on red health, but it drops us with Pursuit. Tropius comes in, and despite getting hit with a Pursuit, we take it out with Cut. Upcoming, we have the Maxi fight in Mount Chimney and the always pleasant Psychic Gym fight, so things aren't going to get any easier. And there's also an Archie fight afterwards, which might go either way. Then, the always pleasant Water Gym afterwards. Anyway then, the Maxi fight. He begins with my Tiina and I go for Golem. We get intimidated and hit with Swagger before hitting ourselves a bunch of times in confusion. Thankfully, it can't really hurt us as it spams takedown over and over, our bedrock shell doing a pretty good job of repelling it. Eventually, we shake confusion off and hit strength a bunch of times to bring it down, though we have lost 3/4 of our health in the process. Golem lands Rock Smash on Camerupt, doesn't get the defense drop, and we then get downed with Earthquake. Linoon comes in and revenge kills Camerupt with Surf though. Last is Crobat and we trade blows, air cutters and wing attacks against strength attacks, and it isn't long, despite the best efforts of Maxi to keep his bat alive with a super potion, that we bring it down for the count and take victory. Fighting through the Aqua Hideout is next. It's a nice little diversion, a chance to get a few more levels in ahead of the Psychic Gym. It is on record just how awkward the 7th gym is in Emerald. I think I mention it quite often, but it is weird because I don't know just how bad it will be given we have a team of 5. I still don't know about a 6th member of the team, yet it is something I need to consider. You may have noticed I haven't put Surf on Swampert, it's to keep space for Dive and Waterfall in the moveset. The Tate and Liza fight is ahead and I need to get myself into the right headspace for this because it is a fight that is very easy to lose. Unless you have a grass type. Grass types do well here. Anyway, I begin with Linoon and Breloom versus Xatu and Claydol. Linoon hits Xatu hard with strength for over half its health, and then Xatu just straight up murders Breloom with a single psychic attack, so we are already stood up against the wall. I bring Golem in and my team gets hit hard with Earthquake from Claydol. Linoon takes Xatu out with strength, Solrock comes in, we get hit with another Earthquake and Golem hits Claydol with strength for indifferent damage. Linoon lands a Surf for OK damage, but Golem goes down to Earthquake and Linoon is knocked onto red health. Swampert comes in, Solrock begins to charge a Solar Beam and I have an idea who it is aimed for, so I switch into Tropius while Linoon hits another Surf. Linoon finally goes down to another Earthquake. Tropius shrugs the Solar Beam off, but Solrock goes for Sunny Day. It's only a matter then of when my team will lose as we combine to take Claydol out, but there's not much we can do against Solrock and Lunatone. Solrock takes Swampert out with Solar Beam and a Flamethrower and a Psychic attack, soon bring Tropius down to give us an inglorious defeat. Okay then, that didn't go to plan. I need to re-evaluate my strategy, it would appear. I decide to add a 6th member to my team. I capture a Magikarp and then set about the process of evolving it into Gyarados, which is something that is actually going to take a decent amount of time in itself, but also I've got to get it to the point where it can actually fight back. I train to the east of Falaba Town. The reason for this is I'll be putting Surf, Dive and Waterfall on it, all special moves, and I know Gyarados isn't a special attacker, but this area gives us special attack EVs, so hopefully we can maximise our potential with this. Eventually, I enter the gym once again and prepare to face off with Tate and Liza, ready to do my best to bring them down hard. It might well not be easy, but I think we are better prepared this time. I begin with Golem and Tropius this time. Xatu goes for Carmine, while Claydol goes for Earthquake. Tropius avoids it, but Golem loses about a third of her health before we hit 2 strengths on Xatu for about 2/3 of its health. Xatu takes Golem out with Psychic before I send Linoon in, who, I guess level-wise, is my ace at this point. Strength puts Xatu on red health, but they heal the bird while Linoon hits a Surf and Tropius lands another strength on Xatu. Linoon hits another Surf to put Xatu on red health and Claydol on half, but Xatu brings Linoon down with Psychic, prompting the arrival of Swampert. Swampert shrugs off Earthquake, Tropius finally brings Xatu down with Strength. When Solrock comes out, Swampert goes for Surf, I re-evaluated my strategy, and Tropius goes for a Flash offensive on Solrock, just in case of Solar Beam. Claydol crits Swampert with Earthquake, which, not helpful. They heal Claydol, we flash Solrock again as it charges up Solar Beam, and another Surf attack does enough to bring Solrock down. The flash hits Lunatone as it emerges on the field. Surf takes Claydol out, the strength that was meant to hit Claydol hits Lunatone and we drop it onto red health. It eats a berry to try and survive, but a final Surf brings it down hard, to give us the 7th badge. I have to make my way through the undersea cavern next to go and confront Archie, but I do get the dive HM in that process. I teach it to both Swampert and Gyarados. This will be better on both of them with a physical special split, but oh well. And then there's the Archie battle. He begins with my Tiina. I start with Swampert. We hit a dive but do get swaggered and scary faced. He heals it, but we land a surf for big damage. We do lose a lot of health though as time goes by to repeated attacks, but we finally shake confusion off and end my Tiina with dive. Swampert did hit a crit strength on Crobat to bring it down in one hit, which always nice, before the last opponent is Sharpedo. I swap into Breloom for this since I don't think Swampert survives the opening exchange. Sharpedo hits Slash and Swagger and we lose a lot of our health in this exchange. We get hit with another Slash and as a result go on to red health, but we do fight through confusion and land a Rock Smash to bring Sharpedo down. There is story stuff now as we move towards the last gym. The whole thing where we have to go and get Rayquaza to interfere with the battle between Kyogre and Groudon is next. So that is always a cool thing to see, and straight after we get the HM for Waterfall, which we immediately teach to Gyarados. Again, it would be better with a physical special split, but oh well. The Hoenn fight then. I lose the first attempt thanks to Kingdra's usual cheap strategy of double teaming and resting, but the second attempt goes massively better. That Kingdra is the only thing that makes this fight irritating. I begin with Linoone versus Love Disc and we one hit that with strength. Whiscash is second, it survives 2 strengths on red health and hits Earthquake following a Rain Dance. When he heals we get better damage rolls and can end it with 2 strength attacks this time, so very fortunate. Celio is third, it is a 2-hit with strength. We do get hit with a rain boosted Water Pulse though. Crawdont is fourth, we hit a Rock Smash and get a defense drop but are taken out with Crabhammer. I go for Breloom, we hit a strength, it goes for Taunt and he heals it, but 2 Rock Smashers take the Crawdont out straight after, which is what I was hoping for. And then Kingdra. It immediately goes for double team as we spam Rock Smash to try and get as many defense drops as we can. We miss a lot, we don't get another defense drop even when we do connect, and we get taken out with Ice Beam and Water Pulse. Swampert comes out and starts hitting Rock Smashers while Kingdra heals. We hit a massive blow with strength though, the defense drops finally telling, and Swampert does just about enough damage to get through the illusions, and with Kingdra sleeping and defenseless, we wreck it hard with strength. In Victory Road, we have a Wally fight, and it is on. I begin with Linoone versus Altaria. We hit strengths, he spams Dragon Dance attacks, and we put the Cloudy Bird onto red health with 2 attacks. He then heals, but we crit our cut. The Aerial Ace does about a third to us, but we take it out with strength. We hit Delcatty with some Rock Smashers before it lands Sing. We don't get too badly messed up while we're asleep though. A few uses of Assist come to nothing and a Feint attack hit us before we wake up and take the cat out. We 2-hit Magneton with Surf but lose most of our remaining HP to a Thunderbolt before Roselia is 4th. We crit a Strength to bring that down before we face Gardevoir at the last. We do well over half with a Strength attack. The Gardevoir goes to Future Sight, and with that we can hit the requisite blow needed to bring it down and give us the win. Travelling further into Victory Road, I have to think about what's ahead with the Elite Four. Now I suspect Sydney might not be too bad. He can be irritating, but that doesn't always translate to a hard fight. It's about knowing what he's likely going to do. Phoebe might be rough given we've not got too many moves that can hurt her team. Only our water moves and fly are going to do the job. And pressure on 2 of her bulkier Pokemon is going to be annoying. Glacier could be a coin flip. We have 2 water types, but neither of them resist ice, and her team can also be bulky. Drake again could go either way. We don't have super effective moves. Our best moves are going to be resisted. And I suppose the same thing could be said about the fight with Wallace. We're going to be relying on strength a lot there. Oh, and I also had a look to see if this challenge had been done before. Spoiler alert, it has. MDB did it a few years back. Zwigo did it even longer before that. ER Alpha did it. I found one for about 4 years ago from a YouTuber named Super E123, so it's not a unique challenge. Oh dear. I train up to get my entire team to at least level 50, and thus I stand in the Pokemon League. Here are my stats at those levels, and well, I don't think it'll be enough to get me all the way through, but I suppose I've got to try if nothing else. I've got items equipped, I've got the moves all set, such as they are. I've got to hope this will be enough. Take your guesses on if I can do it at this level or not right now, folks. Let's get this on. Dart Trainer Sydney is up first, and see my previous comments. He always begins with that mighty Hoenn, so we are going to be intimidated. We surf with Swampert and then get hit with Sand Attack, but another surf brings it down. Cacturn is second, so I figure a Grass Attack is coming. I swap to Tropius. We get Cotton Spored and hit with Feint Attack before bringing it down with Fly. For Absol, I switch into Golem and it starts to power up with Swords Dance. We hit a few Rock Smashers, it lands some slashes for decent damage before ending us with a crit Rock Slide, but we did get it to eat its berry. Breloom comes in to finish Absol off with a Rock Smash. Shiftry takes slightly over a third of its health from Rock Smash before going for Double Team. It then survives Strength and hits Swagger. Uh-oh, this could be bad. Sydney does heal, but we fight through Confusion and wipe most of its health out with Rock Smash. He heals again, we miss a cut and a Strength before, as it does start to spam Double Team again, we end it with both of those moves. Last is Crawdont, and although we do get hit with a Strength, cheeky, we can take it out with 2 Rock Smash attacks. 1 down. Ghost Trainer Phoebe is next, and so I am going to think about this as best I can, since at least 2 members of my team are useless mostly in this fight, Golem and Breloom. More on that latter one. I start with Tropius and go for Fly because she likes to open with Protect. We get Cursed though, and I swap into Gyarados as Phoebe uses a full restore. Gyarados hits Surf and we get hit with Confuse Ray. I switch into Linoon and we evade damage from the Shadow Punch as a result. We land Surf but also get hit with Confuse Ray. We hit ourselves in confusion as Dusclops goes to Protect, and then I switch into Gyarados, but Dusclops manages to use Protect 2 more turns in a row to block Surf, and you wonder why I find this fight annoying. Bayonet is next, we go for Dive and evade the Thunderbolt, but the second Thunderbolt hits us. We survive though, only losing 100 HP, and we take Bayonet out with Surf. Dusclops number 2 is next, we do land Surf but get taken out with Rock Slide. Tropius comes in, hits a Fly, but we lose most of our health to an Ice Beam. I think we are about to go down, so I hit a Flash, which makes Dusclops miss the next Ice Beam. We hit a crit Fly on it to put it on the brink and then go down to another Ice Beam. Linoon comes back in and takes it out with Surf. We don't do much damage to Bayonet with Surf, so I swap into Swampert and we take it out with Dive and Surf. Sableye is last, but even though we get hit with Nightshade, 2 Surfs are enough to bring it down. Glacier isn't so easy, as we lose a few attempts to her. One, because I gauged it badly about who to send in at what times, and the second attempt I might have won had Walrein not gotten lucky and hit Sheer Cold on Swampert, when another hit or 2 might have been enough to bring it down and give us the win. But I make the choice that enough is enough and decide to go off and grind some more. If I'm struggling with Glacier, then Drake and Wallace are definitely going to be bridges too far. I stop levelling Golem and Tropius, focusing on trying to get Swampert and Gyarados to level 60, since they are my really big hitters, and I also get some more levels on Breloom and Linoon too. I go again versus Glacier, and this time start with Linoon versus Celio, and we Rock Smash away at it, though we do take chip damage from Hail and a crit Body Slam, but after a defense drop we bring it down with Strength. Glalie number 1 is next, and although we get a defense drop with Rock Smash, a crit Ice Beam brings us down. So I send in Golem, who survives an Ice Beam but barely. hits another Rock Smash and we get another defense drop. Golem is taken out with Crunch, but Breloom can come in and defeat the Glalie with Rock Smash. Breloom faces the second Celio, we get a defense drop with Rock Smash while it sets Hail up, and then we take it out with a crit Rock Smash. We land another Rock Smash on Walrein, we do decent damage and get a defense drop, then survive an Ice Beam, and I think we may get another hit in, but chip damage from Hail takes us out. Swampert comes in and we trade Rock Smash attacks and Ice Beams, losing health over time. But we do get some more defense drops, and when she heals, we can end Walrein with 2 strength attacks thanks to its now low defense. Glalie tanks a Surf with under half health and puts the Hail back up, but then I remember I can use Surf effectively and we soon wash away the Glalie. Drake time, and as I said before, this could be an interesting fight. But we can only do what we can do, and I really hope we've not got to go on the levelling trail again. I use my Golem versus Shelgon. I'm not sure Golem maybe was a fantastic idea with hindsight. 7.8, too much water. We land a flurry of Rock Smash attacks on Shelgon, trying to get the defense drop, but it never comes, and Shelgon slowly whittles us down with Dragon Claw attacks. Swampert comes in and ends Shelgon with 2 strems, but we do get hit with Rock too. I bring Gyarados in to fight Altaria, and we start getting smacked with double edges while we trade strength attacks to the point that Drake eventually has to heal it. But we only lose about 100 points of HP, and Gyarados does soon bring the Altaria down. Versus Salamence, I swap into Linoone, and although we do land 2 strength attacks to put it on red health, the Rock Slide attacks it lands on us soon bring us down. But hey, Linoone did better than expected there. Tropius comes in, does land a strength, but does get ended with 2 flamethrowers without doing much else. Okay, that could have gone better. I just think we'd all like it if Tropius was a better Pokemon. Swampert comes in and revenge kills Salamence with strength. Kingdra tanks strength and hits Smokescreen before starting to Dragon Dance. We do land a Rock Smash and get a defense drop, which in conjunction with a crit is enough to bring it down. We did get hit with Body Slam, but no paralysis. Flygon is last. I am aware of the accuracy loss and I switch into Gyarados, who immediately evades Flygon's Earthquake. We can 2-hit Flygon with Surf, but get paralysed by a Dragon Breath and hurt by another one. But that aside, the victory comes to us. Just Wallace left then, and this also took a few tries because he does have quite a lot of ice coverage, as might be expected, and that's strangely effective against the team I've put together. The first one we lost thanks to Ludicolo spamming 6 double teams and having no effective way to deal with that. The second attempt came down to Breloom versus Gyarados, but we get ended with a Hyper Beam, which not ideal, and then we get an attempt that looks something like this. On this attempt then, we begin with Linoone versus Wailord and hit 2 strems while it goes to Rain Dance and Water Spout. We lose slightly over a third of our health to that move, but a third strength brings it down. Tentacruel is second, we crit our strength to leave it on red health and it then misses Hydro Pump. Either way, pretty lucky, so I'm not going to bemoan it not doing a few more points of damage to bring it down. Wallace heals it, it survives 2 strengths on red health and lands Toxic before we bring it down, which not ideal. Ludicolo comes in, we hit 2 strengths, and while it does go for double team and Giga Drain, that is enough to end us in conjunction with the poison damage. Breloom comes in, hammers Ludicolo with strength, and that is another obstacle down. Milotic is fourth, we hit some Rock Smashers and get a defense drop. We do lose a good chunk of health to an Ice Beam, but it misses a second one thanks to the Lax Incense we are holding, and we get a third Rock Smashing, but no defense drop, and we go down to a third launched Ice Beam. Swampert comes in and starts hitting Milotic with strength attacks, but Wallace starts spamming Recover, and we just do less damage than what he heals, which not ideal. I eventually hit a Rock Smash, get a defense drop, and we can bring it down, though we do lose a quarter of our health to a Surf. Whiscash comes in, we hit over a third of its health with Surf before it goes for Amnesia. Well, we're not going to be able to do that then, again, are we? I hit a Strength and, as Wallace heals it, go for a couple of Rock Smashers to get some defense drops before he doubles down on Amnesia. But eventually, as we trade Rock Smash and Earthquake attacks, we finally get knocked out by 1. Tropius comes in, tanks a Surf and then takes Whiscash out with a Fly, before finally it's Gyarados. We shrug off a Surf before starting to spam Flash on it, while it powers up with Dragon Dance, which, moderately scary. A Hyper Beam ends Tropius, so I go for my own Gyarados. We tank a Surf and a Hyper Beam, but thanks to recharge turns, we can soon bring it down with a handful of strength. And just like that, I'm happy to report that we have beaten Wallace and completed the run. We can enter the Hall of Fame and draw a line under this, and thus head off into the sunset. I could do the Steven Stone fight. I have got a team of 6. It would be something approaching an even fight, but I don't fancy that level up to get on parity with him, so I'm not going to bother. Right, so another challenge down. Been slow last few months, I appreciate that, but as I said, things have been rough. Part of the reason why I'm not doing the Steven Stone fight, I want to get back to putting content out. I don't want to drag this on longer than need be. I do feel like I'm getting back into the groove, but sometimes just need that time to recover, and I opened up a bit about what had been going on, and I'm quite grateful for some of the positive comments that have come back my way, so if you did, thank you very much. Thanks for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, call out with a comment, and smash that subscribe button. Join me again next time for another Pokemon challenge as I fight through Pokemon Fire Red with just a single Rattata. That should be an interesting time. Always enjoy Fire Red challenges. So yeah, take care, folks. Have a great day and see you next time. Au revoir, bye bye, so long, see ya.